If you ever sat down on a Monday and thought, what do I even post this week? Then this video is for you. This is my weekly checklist that's actually working. It's not complicated, it's not 47 steps. It's 5 things I do every single week that keeps me consistent and moving forward. Most creators fail under 10k because they're doing too much, trying to learn the algorithm, chase trends, plan 50 videos at once. They burn out before they've even got started. So in this video, I'm walking you through my exact weekly checklist, what I do on Monday, what I track, and how I know if I'm on the right path. So let's start with step 1, which is to pick one video. Every Monday, I ask myself one question. What's the next step in my audience's ladder? Not what video should I make this week? That's too open-ended. We'll spiral asking that question. The question is, what is step 1 in their journey? To figure this out, I use one of 2 methods. Method A is to build backwards from where I want to be in 5 years. Let's say I want a channel teaching filmmakers how to use After Effects for VFX. So not 2D animation, not UI graphics, practical VFX like hands on fire, glowing eyes, compositing a scene together. That's my destination. And then I ask, what does a filmmaker need to learn to get from zero to creating their own VFX? Each rung is essentially its own video. I start at the bottom and I work up. Or method B is to build forward from where my audience is now. You only need to be a few steps ahead of who you're helping. So you share what worked for you. Here are the questions I typically ask myself. What did I need to learn? What mistakes did I make? What worked by accident? What would have saved me time? Each answer is a video in its own right. Then, as you publish, people will comment and they'll have questions. And these questions can become the next video. In either case, I know exactly what video I'm making that week. Just one video, one step on the ladder. To make this practical, pause this video right now and write down your answer to this question. What is step 1 in my audience's ladder? Give you a couple of seconds. So that's the video for this week. Now, before we move on, a quick heads up. You might be wondering about titles and thumbnails. When do I research those? When do I lock them in? I'll tell you exactly where that fits in a minute. But first, we need to talk about what happens after you pick your topic. Because if you start writing without structure, you're just going to ramble. The video won't be clear and people will click off. Step 2 is to structure and script your video. Still on Monday, but before I have written down a single word, I answer 3 questions that structure everything basically. Question 1 is, what's the one problem this video solves? If you're speaking to everyone, you're speaking to no one. If your video tries to solve everything, it solves nothing. So pick one problem and the rest are future videos. Question 2, what's the simplest way to solve it? I'm not teaching a masterclass here. I'm showing them the fastest route from their problem to relief. Simple wins. Question 3, what's the next natural question they're going to have after I solve it? And this is key. This becomes the link to your next video. You're building it into the structure from the start. Let me show you how that works with our VFX example. So the video is, let's say, VFX basics for beginners. The problem is I don't know where to start with VFX. The solution, start with masking. Here's why it's the foundation. Here's a simple example. There's many basics that we could have chosen from here, but you're just going to pick one and then the others can be another video. Also, maybe some of the pros are going to like chime in and disagree with you. And that's a comment and that's engagement. Ask them more questions, farm them for that engagement. And then the next question they're going to have is, okay, but how do I actually do the masking? And that's the next video, masking 101 tutorial. So you can see here how the solution naturally creates the next question. That's basically how learning works. We're just riding that wave to momentum. One step leads to the next. And that's where scripting the link comes in. When I'm writing the script, I build in that transition to the next video right there into the ending. I don't leave this to the editing. That third question, what's the natural next question, next step that I'll have? That becomes my transition. So at the end of the VFX basics video, I'll script something like this. Now you understand why masking is essential. You're probably wondering how to actually do it. I've got a complete masking tutorial, and that's in my next video. If you click here, it's not forced, it's not, hey, check out my next random video. It's a logical next step in their journey. They want to click because you've opened a loop. You've answered their first question, but you've created a bit of a gap. I'm not linking to random videos because that stops the flow. If someone watches VFX basics, they go to masking 101 and then masking 101 can link them to compositing fundamental. Each video is a stepping stone in their journey. And this creates that ever important watch time. Viewers stay in your world that much longer. The algorithm then sees this and says, oh, this channel is keeping people on the platform. Let's show it to more people. You know, so 1 view on that video now becomes 2 views. It's 5, 15, 50, 500. Same amount of work, but we're getting 5, 10x, 100x the impact. So before we move on, write the 3 answers for your video. The one problem that you're solving, the simple solution, and the natural next question. If you can't answer these 3, your video isn't clear enough yet. Now, about the titles and thumbnails, here's where they fit. I research what's already out there. I lock in my title and thumbnail before I even finish the scripting. Why? Because your title and thumbnail make a promise and your video has to deliver on it. If you script first and then try to retrofit a title, you often end up with a bit of a mismatch. It's a great video, but it's got weak packaging, or worse, it's clickbait that breaks trust. I actually have a whole video breaking down how to tighten your titles. That's your next watch after this one. I'll link it at the end. So for now, just know that Monday is like pick your topic. You know, you're going to structure the 3 questions, research the competition, blocking your title and thumbnail, and then script with your link built in. Sometimes I'll start the actual writing on Tuesday if Monday runs long, but the heavy lifting, the actual thinking, happens on Monday. Step 3 is film and edit, and if you've seen any of my other videos, you'll know this one. It's publishable, not perfect. This is actually my second time recording this video. The first time around my mic wasn't quite working properly and my hair was all over the place. Was that video publishable? Maybe, probably, but you know, I'm a work in progress just like you. I had time to remake it, so we're remaking it. Under 10k, your job isn't to make viral masterpieces. It's to become clear and repeatable. I film it and get onto the editing. I don't obsess. Right now, we're just swinging the bat, trying to hit. You'll miss the first 50 or so times. Just get through it. Under 10k, the algorithm doesn't know who you are yet. It needs a catalogue to learn from. One video isn't enough data. 3 videos isn't enough. You probably need 10, 15, maybe even 25 videos in the same lane before YouTube goes, okay, I get it. This channel is for filmmakers who want to learn about VFX in After Effects. So this week, I'm just making something publishable. Next week, another one. The week after that, another. Done is always better than perfect. Quick bonus, if you haven't published yet, make 3 to 4 videos before you publish video 1. This way they can all link to each other from day 1. You'll solve the I don't have a next video problem before it even starts. Build a mini catalog first and then publish on a schedule. Under 10k, no one's really waiting for that next upload, so you can use that to your advantage. You could even launch with all 5 videos if you're confident in your commitment. Or if you're light on consistency, keep a couple in the back pocket and then schedule out the next 4 to go out every Wednesday. And now you've got like a month's worth of content ready, plus a month to keep the pipeline full. If something urgent comes up, you can bump the rest along a week and the train keeps moving. Step 4 is to publish and track. This will be on Thursday. I'm publishing the video. I try and get this done nice and early so that YouTube can sort of like, chew it up a little bit, convert it to HD and 4K and all that other stuff, learn where to put it hopefully. And then I'm looking to track 3 things: clarity, trust, and evidence. These aren't vanity metrics like views or subscribers. These tell me if I'm building something that will actually work long term. With clarity, it's, can someone summarize what my channel is about? I look at my last 3 videos and ask, if someone watched these, could they describe my channel in 1 sentence? So in our example, it's I help filmmakers add VFX to their films using After Effects. If I've got those videos and it's yes, then I have clarity. If not, I've drifted off the path. Look at your last 3 videos right now. Can you summarize the channel in 1 sentence? Say it out loud to yourself. Does it work? If you've stumbled, then you've also drifted and it's time to get back on the ladder. Then next is trust. Am I solving the problem I promised? Did they come looking for an answer and did I give them that answer? 3 videos in a row that deliver on their promise equals viewers trusting you and coming back. I'm working on this one hard right now because I've failed at it several times. I've made videos explaining the why something happens, but not how to fix it. And that's theory without action. It breaks the trust. It doesn't leave a nice taste. So don't do that. Evidence. Am I building a catalog in the same lane? Each week equals 1 publishable video. Same problem, same audience. There's a great thing about problems. They're big. You won't be able to solve the whole thing in 1 video. It's either part of a bigger problem or it's a problem so big that it's full of smaller problems. And that means that like maybe my next 6 videos can each tackle an angle on that big problem. And that's evidence I'm building a body of work. Evidence also shows up as unprompted comments or moments people quote back to me. When that happens, I know it's working. Step 5 is to ignore distractions and plan the next week. So that's what I'm doing on Friday. Avoiding distractions, planning the next week. Distractions will happen. A video might blow up, you might get a viral idea, a trend might appear, you might jump on. And here's what I do. I'll see it, acknowledge it, and then push it aside. It's a bit like meditation. The thoughts come in, you see them, thank them, I'll sort you out later. Just because something made noise doesn't mean it deserves your attention. So on Friday, I look at my ladder, I pick the next rung up, and I start the cycle again. I'm starting to get ahead of myself on the Monday, but with low pressure. I might also want to make some shorts like the video that I made this week or tidy up my environment. Nothing's more productive than having a nice clean desk on Monday. Ordinarily, Friday's low key, but it's anything productive that sets up the next week for success. So to recap, on the Monday, we're going to pick the next step, structure it, research title and thumbnails, and then script with the link built in. Tuesday, Wednesday, we're looking to film and edit. It's publishable, not perfect. Thursday, publish. And then track clarity, trust, and evidence. Friday, ignore distractions, plan next week, get ahead of yourself. And there we have it. That's my weekly checklist for YouTube growth under 10k. 5 steps, 1 week, rinse and repeat. Pick your ladder method, backwards from 5 years or forward from where your audience is now. Build your catalog, track clarity, trust and evidence, and stay on the path. Under 10k, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be clear and consistent. Now remember that loop I mentioned about titles and thumbnails? Even if you do everything I just showed you perfectly, the right videos, link them strategically, publish every week, it can still stall if the packaging is weak. YouTube is click to watch. Your idea needs to get clicked before any of this matters. So, watch my next video where I break down the 600 high-performing hooks into repeatable patterns, not to chase virality, but just to give good ideas a fair shot. So, I'll see you there. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the link in action. the next logical step from this video is title and thumbnails, so I'll get to work on that.